Hey, they're amazing people. Ever felt that knot of unease in your stomach? That little voice whispering, something's not right here? Maybe it's a hunch about a friend, a nagging feeling at work, or just that sense that the world isn't always as it seems. You know that feeling, right? That desire to see what's really going on beneath the surface? Well, buckle up, because today's story dives headfirst into that very feeling. It's about hidden truths, unexpected betrayals, and moments that will leave you absolutely speechless. Have you ever suspected someone wasn't who they claimed to be? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, let us know where in the world you're tuning in from. It's always incredible to see how far our stories reach. Go ahead and tap that like button too, if you're ready for a story that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Because trust me, this one's just for you. Today, we're peeling back the layers of a seemingly ordinary day that took a sharp, unexpected turn. Imagine a bustling little bakery, Sweet Surrender, nestled in the heart of Oakhaven. It smelled of warm vanilla and cinnamon, a place where locals lined up for their morning coffee and freshly baked treats. But behind the sweet facade, something sour was brewing. Let's dive in and see what happened, shall we? Our story centers around Eleanor Vance, the owner of Sweet Surrender. Eleanor had poured her heart and soul into this bakery. It wasn't just a business. It was her dream, a legacy she hoped to pass on one day. She believed in treating her employees like family, fostering a warm and supportive work environment. Or so she thought. Lately, though, a cloud of worry had settled over Eleanor. Profits were down, and the usual cheerful atmosphere in the bakery felt strained. There were whispers among the staff, hushed conversations that stopped abruptly when she entered a room. Eleanor couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. Was one of her trusted employees the reason for the bakery's recent slump? The thought gnawed at her, a painful suspicion that she desperately hoped was unfounded. Driven by this unease, Eleanor decided to take drastic action. Inspired by a popular television show, she contacted a local production crew and proposed an undercover boss scenario. She wanted to walk among her employees, see their interactions firsthand, and uncover the truth behind the bakery's troubles, without them knowing her real identity. It was a risky move, one that could potentially shatter her perception of the people she trusted most. But Eleanor felt she had no other choice. The future of Sweet Surrender hung in the balance. And so, Brenda, a seemingly ordinary woman with a slightly clumsy demeanor and an eagerness to learn, was introduced to the Sweet Surrender team. Eleanor, disguised in a simple apron and glasses, tried to blend in, her heart pounding with a mixture of anticipation and dread. Her first day undercover was an eye-opener. While some employees were as hard-working and cheerful as she remembered, one individual stood out, a young man named Jasper. Jasper was a cake decorator, known for his artistic flair. But Brenda, or rather, Eleanor, observed a different side to him. He was often dismissive of his colleagues, took long breaks, and seemed to lack any real passion for his work. Eleanor tried to brush it off, telling herself that maybe he was just having a bad week, but the feeling persisted. Over the next few days, Eleanor worked alongside various members of her team. She learned the intricacies of frosting techniques from a kind woman named Hazel, who always had a smile and an encouraging word. She helped the early morning baker, a quiet but diligent man named Franklin, knead dough and prepare the ovens. These interactions warmed her heart, reminding her of the dedicated people who truly cared about Sweet Surrender. But then came the day she worked directly with Jasper. Eleanor observed him closely. He took personal calls during work hours, often complaining loudly about his tasks. She noticed ingredients going missing from the storage, and on one occasion, she saw him subtly belittle a new employee who was struggling with a complicated pastry. A wave of disappointment washed over Eleanor. This wasn't the team she had envisioned. The tension escalated when a customer complained about a cake that was not only poorly decorated but also tasted stale. Eleanor, still in her Brenda persona, listened as Jasper nonchalantly blamed the issue on a newbie mistake. Eleanor's blood ran cold. This wasn't just laziness. It felt like a deliberate attempt to shirk responsibility. That evening, Eleanor reviewed the security footage from the past few weeks. What she saw confirmed her worst fears. Jasper was not only wasting ingredients, but also actively sabotaging the work of others, seemingly out of spite or perhaps even a desire to make himself look better. The betrayal cut deep. This was someone she had trusted, someone she had given an opportunity to, and he was actively undermining her dream. The final straw came the next day. Eleanor, still undercover, witnessed Jasper being openly rude and disrespectful to a customer who had a minor complaint about her order. His tone was condescending, his attitude dismissive. Eleanor felt a surge of anger mixed with profound sadness. This behavior was unacceptable. It went against everything Sweet Surrender stood for. In that moment, Eleanor knew she had seen enough. She couldn't stand by and watch her bakery, her dream, be tarnished by someone's negativity and dishonesty. Taking a deep breath, she decided to reveal her true identity. Gathering the entire staff in the main work area, Brenda stepped forward, her demeanor suddenly changing. She removed her glasses, and a hush fell over the room as recognition dawned on their faces. "Good morning," Eleanor said, her voice firm but tinged with emotion. "My name is Eleanor Vance, and I am the owner of Sweet Surrender." A collective gasp rippled through the room. Jasper's face paled. Eleanor's gaze fell on Jasper. "Jasper," she said, her voice steady but filled with disappointment, "I have been working among you for the past few days, and what I have witnessed has been deeply troubling." She recounted the incidents she had observed. The wasted ingredients, the sabotage work, the disrespect towards colleagues, and finally, his appalling behavior towards a customer. "Sweet Surrender is more than just a business to me," Eleanor continued, her voice trembling slightly. "It's built on hard work, respect, and a genuine love for what we do. Your actions, Jasper, go against everything this bakery stands for." A heavy silence hung in the air. The other employees looked on, their expressions a mix of shock and understanding. "Therefore," Eleanor said, her voice resonating with a sad finality, "your employment here at Sweet Surrender is terminated, effective immediately." Jasper's mouth dropped open. He stammered, trying to form words, but Eleanor held up a hand. "I believe in second chances," she said, her gaze softening slightly. "But trust, once broken by such blatant disregard, is incredibly difficult to mend. I hope you will reflect on your actions and learn from this experience." As Jasper gathered his belongings, a palpable shift occurred in the atmosphere. The tension that had been lingering for weeks seemed to dissipate. The other employees looked at Eleanor with a newfound respect. They understood that she cared deeply about her business and her values. Eleanor then addressed the rest of her team. "I want to thank all of you who continue to pour your hearts into Sweet Surrender," she said, her voice filled with sincerity. "Your dedication and hard work do not go unnoticed. Let us move forward together and reaffirm the spirit of teamwork and kindness that makes this bakery so special." In the days that followed, a renewed sense of purpose filled Sweet Surrender. The employees worked with more enthusiasm. The atmosphere was lighter, and the delicious aroma of freshly baked goods seemed even sweeter. Eleanor, having shed her disguise, worked alongside her team, her presence a reminder of the importance of honesty and integrity. This experience, though painful, taught Eleanor a valuable lesson. Sometimes, the people you trust the most will surprise you, and not always in a good way. But it also reaffirmed her belief in the goodness of others and the strength of a team united by shared values. And for all of us watching, isn't there a powerful reminder in this story? That our actions, no matter how small they may seem, have consequences. That honesty and respect are not just virtues, but the very foundation of any healthy relationship, be it in the workplace, among friends, or within a family. What are your thoughts on Eleanor's decision? Do you think she handled the situation correctly? Have you ever experienced a similar situation where someone's true colors were revealed? Share your stories and insights in the comments below. We're all ears. And remember, just like the sweet aroma that fills Sweet Surrender, let kindness and integrity be the lasting fragrance of our actions. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next story.